What's up, everybody? It's KRZero, and I am coming to you about. Well, I just recently watched Dragonball Superhero, and I liked it. Okay, let's just be honest. I love the movie. So yeah, um, this past Saturday, I had the chance to actually buy the movie off of Voodoo for $14.99, which not bad for the price. But I finally got a chance to check out Dragon Ball Superhero, and I was impressed. I do like how at the beginning they kind of give you a little bit of a brief history of the Red Ribbon Army and Goku's defeat of the Red Ribbon Army, and introduce some of the major characters, mainly the main villain of it, which was Magenta, the son of uh, the head of the Red Ribbon Army. I can't remember if it was Commander Red or Colonel Red. I can't remember. But I checked out the entire thing, and obviously, first as you first start to watch the movie, you start to realize this is not a Gohan movie. This is a Piccolo movie. It's straight up Piccolo. Um, there's also another character who I feel like the movie's more based around, um, but I'll get to him in a second. But yeah, it feels like more Piccolo movie because you see Piccolo training Pan, um, and also getting on Gohan's case for not really being not really keeping up his training and all that stuff, which you learn later on that he does kind of train, and the way he kind of Gohan kind of trains is more like, hey, look, I'm busy with work, with my main job, and I'll train when I have free time, which isn't that much free time most of the time. And I love how they actually, have Piccolo as kind of like a a secondary like member of the family. Like he's basically Uncle Piccolo, basically, and which kind of gives you a little bit of a hint of reality when you really think about it. I mean, Gohan doing what he does, Gohan kind of doing that whole like I'm busy with work and then doing this on my free time. It's kind of like how I am when it comes to like making these videos. Pretty sure it's how a few of us who are starting out doing like YouTube videos or podcasting and all that stuff. We have our main job, and then we try to do, videos in our free time. Needless to say, but the story kind of picks up from there. You get a little glimpse of Goku and Vegeta on Lord Beerus' planet, uh, having a little training session and teaching Broly how to control his powers. But let's get into the main gist of it. We have the Red Ribbon Army. They're looking for Dr. Hito, who is the grandson of Dr. Gero. And I love how they give you kind of like a little family history, a family tree line of Dr. Gero's family. You even get a canonized fan theory when it comes to 16. You now realize that Android 16 is based off of one of Jiro's sons. And you also get confirmation that Android 21 is based off his wife. But Dr. Hito happens to be the son of Dr. Jiro's other son, second son. So basically, the template for Android 16 is his uncle. But I love that. Like that's like that's like canonizing fandom because everybody thought that initially. So we get into Dr. Hito. Dr. Hito's not nearly as like diabolical as Dr. Gero. He's smart. He has the talent for making androids and you know doing all this stuff. He's a biologist, not biologist. well, he knows about biology, and he studied biology. There we go. He studied biology, and he's also studied mechanics, and he creates androids. And the only reason why he does certain things out of pocket is because he's just trying to get money. Like, his only lead to crime is the fact that he just wants the money so that he can use to further his scientific goals. Which, he's not that bad of a guy when you really think about it. So the Red Ribbon Army kind of, sort of tricks him into believing that the Z Warriors are evil space aliens, which, when you really think about it, is kind of not too far off the thing. Just take off the evil. But they go through that whole little situation, and so Dr. Hito decides to join up with the Red Ribbon Army, now known as Red Pharmaceuticals. At least that's their cover story. And then we get to Piccolo getting attacked by Gamma 2. Now, Gamma 2 is I feel like, the other main character of the movie. I'd say he's the second protagonist compared to Gohan. Or, yeah, he ends up becoming more second protagonist, especially after the end of by the end of the movie. We're introduced to Gamma 2, he attacks Piccolo, that whole little thing. And that's when Piccolo starts doing some research, investigating, and all that stuff, trying to figure out this whole little thing. This is what I mean by it's a Piccolo movie, because you see there's more character development and more character study of Piccolo as he is now. Like, he's not this random fighter. He does do his proper investigation of this whole little thing. And I really do like that, because we don't really get that much character development or even character not character growth, but just character development from Piccolo. And that's what makes this movie so great, is that we're getting more of a character development for Piccolo. We're getting more of a character focus on Piccolo. That's what I've been looking for. And because we're getting a more character focus on Piccolo, we learn more about him, his motivations for a lot of things. But then there's a whole bunch of other jokes and all that stuff. But then eventually we get to the point where Piccolo and Bulma get Dragon Balls together because they can't get the contact with Goku and Vegeta due to ice cream shenanigans. And we also figured out that Lord Beerus actually had a crush on Chile. I thought that was funny. Anyways, but Piccolo ends up using the Dragon Balls and gets a power up, similar to the whole Grand Elder Namekian Guru, giving people power ups. So he gets that power up plus a little extra from the dragon, which we eventually find out is Orange Piccolo. So we get into the real meat of it, where Piccolo's just using the whole situation as a training situation for Gohan, and it eventually goes out of whack. And when you see Gohan just, as much, this is where a lot of people, a lot of Gohan fans like myself, we got our vindication, because you see the second they show that that Pan is being kidnapped and all that stuff, Gohan literally just rages out. He just turns his whole house into a crater. Basically, he just starts building up energy, and you're just like, whoa! And even the one henchman that Piccolo's with, actually goes, "Oh, holy shit! I'm scared. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry." Like he's scared shitless. Like originally he was sitting there just like, "Oh, this man is not so tough. He's not that tough or all that stuff." I mean, he towers over Gohan, and Gohan's just like showing him that, oh, okay, the earth bends to my will, motherfucker. Like I'm going to end you. Anyways, so uh, so we get to the whole uh fight between like Gohan and Gamma One, and you're like, okay, here's where the trailers kept like misleading you because it makes it seem like Gohan and Gamma One are the main fight, that main attraction, but no, Gamma One, you barely get anything from Gamma One, which I feel like will probably lead into like the actual the manga, and hopefully the return in the anime when this story arc comes to play. But again, you get the whole Gamma 2 versus Piccolo situation, and then the veil is lifted, from Dr. Hito and the Gamma's eyes that, hey, Magenta and the rest of the Red Ribbon Army have basically lied to him. And Magenta wakes up Cell Max, which was another thing that was being developed by Dr. Hito, as per Magenta's instructions, and we get Cell Max. And Cell Max, oh, that's a beast. Okay, I know he's just a recolored version of like Imperfect Cell, or Cell's second form, well, second main humanoid form, but he is him. Okay, and you gotta remember, he is not like a complete copy of Cell. He's more of the android. He's more of the actual android, all metal parts and all that stuff, copy of Cell. Because at one point, and I'm not going to spoil too much. I mean, the movie's been out for a good minute. A lot of people have already spoiled it for me. But at one point, one of the characters hits Cell real hard to the point where he loses his arm, which is the only damage that he was actually able to hit him with. And he doesn't grow it back like Piccolo does in this movie. He gets his arm ripped off and grows it back like it's a normal thing. So there's that. But still, Cell is still a threat. And then when we finally get to that point, okay, where we see Gohan turn into Gohan Beast, woo! That was beautiful, okay? That was a beautiful scene. I do like the funny bit where you see Goten and Trunks like all grown up, and they still flub the fusion dance, so they become fat Gotenks or Go Trunks. I think that's what we called it. Could be wrong. Trunk 10, I forget. Anyways. But I do love that whole little bit. Like, heck, at one point, like, Gotenks is fat Gotenks actually put some damage on Cell. Anyways, but let's get back to Gohan Beast. Gohan Beast is fucking phenomenal. But, and this is where you're gonna see why I gave it an 8 out of 10 in a way, because that's my ranking for it. 8 out of 10. But this is where you're gonna see Gohan. Most of this movie is like a combination rehash of the Red Ribbon Army saga of Dragon Ball and the Cell saga of Dragon Ball Z. Okay, that's how I look at it. That's how I see it. And granted, I love the story as it goes, but I see where a lot of people think that it's not the best of movies. I mean, it's still a great movie, regardless. But that whole little bit is where it's like, you're giving me a little bit of nostalgia, but at the cost of something. Now, again, Gohan Beast is that. It is that thing. But if you look at how Gohan kind of transforms and why he ends up transforming, it's almost similar to like the whole, Cell game situation where he becomes Super Saiyan 2. Like you get, it's like almost kind of a mirror image of it when you really look at it, because you got him turning into Super Saiyan 2 on this side, you got him turning into Super Saiyan Beast on that side. And it has that same kind of energy. And I think that's the reason why, like, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan was, it was a big deal. I mean, it was a big deal back then, before Super Saiyan 3 became a thing, or before Goku and Vegeta figured out how to turn Super Saiyan 2. But I feel like Gohan Super Saiyan 2 transformation is a lot more than what Goku and Vegeta do. But I'll get into that in another video. Anyways, so we get the Beast situation. We also find out that Pan finally learns to fly. And let me tell you something. Pan's training outfit at the beginning of the movie, it gives me major like Videl vibes. Like she looks almost, it feels like that's young Videl in that little scene. Anyways, I do. Oh yeah, and I like the fact that 18 showed up for this fight too. Like I didn't know that she showed up in this fight. Like nobody actually explained that to me. Needless to say, again I state, give the movie a rating of 8 out of 10 because at the end of the day, it's a good movie. But the nostalgia thing is where it kind of faltered for me. Okay, the fact that you can clearly see the connection of Red Ribbon Army and the connection of the Cell saga being intertwined to this. So, but overall, the fact that it's a Piccolo movie is a great thing. Okay, because we don't have Piccolo character focus. So, that is my review. And well, I don't know what else to say. That's the video for this time. So I will see you guys later. I'll do another video later on about the Gohan thing and all that stuff. But be on the lookout for some more videos and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna do it. Please like and subscribe, okay? And even comment, okay? And I will see you guys next time. And you guys have a good day, good night, good week, and a good month, and a good rest of your year until next time I see you. Peace out.